Size doesn't matter when you have big thoughts. You're not lost. Yeah, this might feel like hell, but keep going. You get what you give, so know what you're sowing. Inspiration, dreams should keep you.
We are here at The Grind with the incredible poet, performer, motivational speaker, curator, SAFIEL Vonay. I'm so psyched to have you here. Since the first time I saw you, you're a powerhouse. I don't know what juice you're drinking, but you just got energy coming out of you. I wanna hear how you got into spoken word and what drives that incredible energy, that lightning bolt coming out of you.
Well, it's coffee, to answer your question. And I started writing poetry. Like, I've been writing poetry at the age of 10. My first poem was for my older brother. He was a veteran. Well, he's a veteran now, but he was at war, and my other brother asked me to write a poem. And I did, and that's where it started. So spoken word poetry actually started it like 4 years ago. I was at the end of high school. I had a friend who got me into it. I got into a scholarship program, and I performed because I won. And that was the first performance I've ever had. And from there, it just continued going. So yeah, it was really cool.
You come only 4 years ago.
Yeah,
you have come so far.
I'm trying.
You are doing so much.
I'm trying, girl.
I love with your work that there's that motivational component. Can you speak a little bit about that and why that's so important to you?
Definitely. So, I mean, I'm still very young, but as a younger person in high school and before that, I was a very shy person, very reserved. I'm a writer, so writers we're in our heads exactly. We stay home, we don't talk to people, and I was very much like that. I mean, I had very few friends. I didn't know how to speak to people. And I feel like I got into the point where I had to break free from that, and I don't even think, like, I forced myself to break free from it. I would write about the person I wanted to be and how I was going to actually get there. It was very crazy. Like, I actually wrote my reality into existence when I was in high school. And how I would speak to people. Yeah, it was really, really weird, but that's how I did it. And I feel like now that I'm in a point where I can actually look at people in the eyes and talk to them, I need to motivate those people that are exactly like me and feel like they don't know how to speak to other people, they don't know how to communicate with other people, and they feel lost. Because, and I feel like that still sometimes, but I just like motivating people because I really truly believe that we can do literally anything we put our heads to. If I wrote down like 4 years ago that I was going to be here right now in a place of my own, and I really did do that, and now I'm here, that means I can write whatever I want and get to wherever I want to be. And that's how I see it for other people, and that's what I want to get through people's heads.
Totally. I love that. Literally writing your life and your
existence it's crazy
into existence. What motivates you in the times that you feel dark? And I feel like us artists, we have to fight against ourselves so much. And as a motivator, what motivates you?
I think my biggest motivator is my mother. Like, I know her whole backstory of how she came here to America, and I see her and like I love her so much. I take all her like strength, and I want to everything that she didn't do, or she felt she didn't do in her life, I want to be able to give that to her. So as a person, she's the one that motivates me. As in just myself, I feel like I need to be the person that I want to be. And I feel like in this life, we are like embodied by so much crap around us, like what you're not, what you can't be, what your parents tell you, what your friends tell you, what the media tells you, society, everything that we can't be, that I need to be literally myself. And the person that is I'm not there yet. I know I'm not there. I still have fears. I still feel restricted sometimes, But I feel like that's my motivation, to get and be that person that I tell myself that I know I am. So I think that's my biggest motivation.
Guess what? Shoes. But speaking of creating something, I want to talk about The Grind, which is where we are in LAC right now. And it started as Reform Talent, turned to The Grind. What have you been doing with this organization that you started?
Well, we started off as Reform Talent, and it literally started off as a poetry slam in the basement of a church in Sunnyside.
Oh, yeah?
Main Street and Skillman. It was actually called Reform Church. I told you I'm horrible at naming stuff, so I'm like, you know what, screw it, Reform Talent.
Nice.
And we started doing like monthly open mics. Started as a poetry thing, but I really like talent, so I'm just like, let's just bring all types of talent here. Then it really started evolving. We got too big for the church, and we started moving all over the place. So my thing with this, we evolved into the grind because, in all honesty, I did not like the word reform talent. Like, I wanted to change, and I felt like we needed to change with it. So to me, the reason we called it the grind is because every artist that comes in here to perform is a grinder. You're a grinder, I'm a grinder, you know, cameraman is everybody that grinds. To me, an artist is a grinder. If you want to get to where you are, you need to grind. You spend all the hours writing the poetry, publishing it, editing it. The same thing with me. I practice my poetry and everything. So we bring all types of talent in here, all types of grinders, as you can also say. We have events here, open mics, mixtape release parties. We have readings, poetry readings. Anybody that wants a smaller space where they can have their people come by and they're all artists, we provide that for them. And this is the platform for them. And we're hoping to expand and turn into kind of like a chain of artists, collectives all over the place that can bring their people. I want a haven for artists, basically young artists to come through and basically rock out.
You had said to me previously that you feel like a messenger.
Yeah.
And in today's society where there's so much being thrown at, so many messages, you know, and negative ones as well as positive ones, how do you cut through all of that?
That's a good question. It's really hard, but honestly, it's learning to listen to the strongest voice in your head. Because there's a lot of voices in our heads, and it's the like, you know, it's that one person says, no, you're not good enough, no, you're ugly, no, you're this, you're that, and that. But then there's that one voice that tells you, no, keep going. Like, no, dude, I feel like connecting with that voice is, because that's you, literally, that's your soul. It's the person that's telling you to do the right thing. And that's what we call the gut, or like, you know, like, oh, I'm following my gut. That's the person who's speaking to you, like, no, don't go in there, don't do that, or do this, or do that. I feel like that's how I just listen to literally my capital SELF, myself, you know, and it's just like, listening to that person is, you need to mute out every other thing. Like, if you feel like someone's telling you something and that person's telling you inside, like, nah, I could do it. There's been a lot of times that people tell me I can't do something. And I know damn well I can, but when you listen to that, you feel stuck because you're caging yourself. You're caging the person inside of you that should be doing what they should be doing. But literally just listen to yourself. The person who knows best for you is just yourself.
Yes.
Let the heavens come begging for a piece of your ambition. It's your life, your decision to complete this mission. There's nothing worse than not trying. Time's done.